let's get right into something right off the bat. You are a great musician known by many, especially the listening audience in these parts from the dial.
Mm-hmm.
And you're doing something with the music scene right now, calling attention to an important condition affecting many people,
yes,
young people.
Exactly.
Can we get into what the PBSN is, please?
Yes. The Prune Belly Syndrome Network is the name of it. It is a volunteer organization devoted to patient support and education of the medical community about Prune Belly Syndrome, which is a condition that I was born with where I was lacking abdominal muscles at birth. And depending on how severe you have it, you can have various kidney problems, urinary problems. And the thing is, 50% of the people born with this condition can die before their second birthday. And in some, depending on which doctors we talk to, my family, I was supposed to be one of them.
Okay.
So,
we spoke before we came on the air, and I had told you, thanks to your links, I went to the website, the PBSN website, and I'm paraphrasing from my own notes, and I see that 1 in 40,000 births can occur a PBSN
yes,
child.
exactly.
Predominantly in male youth.
95%.
Okay. There's no reason as to why that would be so male-oriented. It's a gene thing, or?
The problem is they're having a hard time figuring out where it comes from. They can't trace it to anything genetic. And that's what we're trying to help get research funding for.
I was saying to you that, and I think you actually kind of validated back with me, the website is becoming a haven for a lot of people to find each other, to seek each other out, and create this wonderful community that encompasses all different states.
Right.
Could we give the website out, please?
Yes, it is www.prunebelly.org. PRUNEBELLY.org.
Frank, you were saying you visited it first time in 1998.
Yes.
7 short years ago. And you've seen it envelop into something that quadrupled, would you say, or even?
At least.
At least.
Yeah.
People are finding each other.
Exactly.
I had gotten an email from your, what is her title? PR?
She is currently the secretary. She was the former president.
Lynn
Brokus.
Lynn, if you're watching, pleasure to meet you on the internet. She's coming in from New Hampshire.
Yes.
For one of the shows.
Exactly.
There's some shows coming up, and we'll get to that in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
The only one. Not the only one. Very significant title. I know, I just learned this off stage, so to speak, off air. Frank, it's a beautiful, beautiful number.
Thank you.
Very dear to your heart, and I think dear to the community.
I hope so. Yeah, thank you.
Would you mind talking a little bit about that particular track?
Sure. I was saying today before the show that for many, many years, I'll be 38 this year, and for a very long time, I didn't know that anyone else had this condition until I found it on the internet and typed up the name and found this website. And that apparently is a common thread throughout this website, prunebelly.org. People first find our site and say, you know, I've had this all my life, and I never knew anything about it until I saw this. So we all felt like we were the only ones who had it. So this song is meant to say we're not, and it's about time that the word gets spread, and that we try to get some attention for it. Because we're really not getting much. That's the thing.
It's a great song, and people can relate that maybe couldn't relate prior to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's sometimes music. We were talking about it earlier. Music does all these wonderful things for people, and for me, it helped me survive, and that's why I wanted to bring music to different formats, and that's why I want to do a radio show and expose all kinds of musical expressions. But what you're doing is you're helping in a lot of different ways. Music is healing. Music is gaining attention.
Yes.
It's a call for awareness. It's entertaining. It's going to entertain us for those 4 or 5 days. But you're also going to be able to give people some knowledge. Prune Belly Syndrome.
Yes.
For those in the audience who do not know what this condition is, how does it affect people? What are the physical diagnoses, if you could share that?
Sure. The main one, it all stems from the fact that you're born either completely without or very little abdominal muscle.
Okay.
In my case, it was completely without. And because the muscle's not there, it can also cause different renal defects, possibility of heart, lung, bone, hearing, kidney, urinary, a lot of different defects because the protection's not there.
Okay.
To protect you and to help you breathe. I had pneumonia 4 times before I was 4 years old.
Really?
Yeah. And according to my mother, 1 time was really, really bad, really close to being it. So That's got to change.
You were saying that it's not so uncommon for a pediatrician to give a very bleak picture.
Yeah, I mean, there are, actually I have it written down here, is that our goal is to change the medical profession's perception of prune belly as a hopeless condition. There are those in the medical field who advise abortion as the only option to expectant parents of prune belly children. That's wrong. What it comes down to is that that's wrong. We have so many people on site who come in and say, I was told when I was pregnant with my son that, to abort because there's just no hope. And my son's now 13 and he's healthy and he's happy.
There's a lot of sentiments like that expressed on the guest book.
Yes.
Frank, would you mind once again just giving the website out? People can really check that out. It's remarkable to see these entries.
Yeah, the website is www.prunebelly.org. PRUNEBELLY.org.